Hey guys, girl. So this video is going to be on a device that I made several years ago. And in the wintertime, you know, we always take a chance of our brakes freezing up, trailer mostly. And, you know, we always try to put some alcohol into our airlines and put it down, you know, release your brakes and put it through your airlines to try to break up any ice that may be built up back there where your trailer is. So normally what we do is we take a bottle of alcohol. Okay, you can get regular alcohol at the truck stops. I couldn't find any, they were out, so I just went and got some 90%, 91% alcohol at Walmart. Okay, so give me a second and I'm gonna unloose some airlines and then I'll get back. Okay, so what we normally do is we break the red line glad hand loose from the trailer. Okay, and then you hold it, and I can't do this by holding the phone. You pour alcohol down in the lines. Okay, and then you hook it back up to your trailer. Okay, you go into your truck, you release your brakes, and it pushes all the alcohol through the lines. Okay, then you go back up and you reset your brakes. You come back here, you break this loose again, you pour more alcohol in there, you hook it back up, go back in the trailer, release the brakes. Obviously the truck is running. Okay, release the brakes, and so on, back and forth and back and forth. Okay, now when you're pouring the alcohol in these lines, it's okay, but a lot of times the alcohol will spill when you're trying to hook back up to your trailer. Okay, so what this device is going to do, it's going to eliminate that. Okay, so here's the device. Let me zoom out some. Okay, basically, I'll hold it. What it is it's a couple of glad hands. A glad hand there and a glad hand there. Okay, and then I've got a ball valve and a ball valve here, then into the glad hand. Okay, so give me a minute. I'm going to hook this thing up and show you how it works. Okay, so now you see it's hooked up to the trailer. I've got my red line coming in. I hook to that glad hand. Then I hook the other end of the device that I made to the trailer. Okay, so give me a second. I'm going to crank the truck and show you how easy it is to get alcohol through your airlines back to your brake valves and all of that where you may have some ice buildup. All right, so I'm going to crank the truck and then I'm going to release my trailer brakes, which is what you would normally be doing if you were trying to pour it in by hand. Okay, you're going to leave your truck brakes set. Okay, release the trailer brake. Then we're going to come back here. If I can get up here, trying to hold the phone. Okay, so the principle is this. You turn off the valve, stops the air right here. There's no air going through there. Then you open the ball valve, take your alcohol and pour it in there until it fills up. It's got to fill that whole tube up. Hold on, let me get this paper out of the way. Alright, now it'll probably pour better. Okay, so now it's full. I close the ball valve. I open up. When I open up this, all the alcohol that I put in here is going to shoot all the way down the lines to the trailer. All right? I just did it. Okay? I'll give it a few seconds. I'm going to close it. Now it's going to go because there's a little back pressure. Okay, and you can hear your trailer brakes are setting every time you do this. Okay. See, that's the air coming out because I don't have this valve closed. Close that valve, open this valve, pour you some more alcohol in there. See, I'm not having to go back and forth to the truck each time to release and set my brakes, right? Close the valve, open the air valve, and now it's sending all that air, all that alcohol rather, all the way down the trailer, back there to your valves and stuff. And like I said, there'll be a little bit of back pressure, you know. Close your air valve, open this up to put more alcohol in there. And we'll do it one more time. Well, we did it twice, that's enough. Now, what I normally do after that, hold on, I'm gonna pause you. Okay, so what I've got is a bucket of PB Blaster, lubricant, okay? So you don't have to do this every time you do alcohol, but you should do it after every couple of times. You don't need much, okay? So, I'm gonna open my valve. I'm gonna pour me a little bit of PB Blaster down in here, if I can do this one-handedly. Let's see. Okay, so you see I'm putting a little PB Blaster in there. I'm not even gonna fill it up. What I'm trying to do is, after several times of using alcohol, there are, you know, rubber washers and O-rings and all that back there in those valves. You can dry them out. So I always put a little bit of lubricant down the airlines to help try to keep that stuff lubed up. So I poured it in, shut the valve, opened the air valve, and it should be sending all that PB Blaster down through the lines. It just helps to lubricate everything. And give it a second. I'll close the air, stand back, and you see some coming out, but that's just like mist. It's very residual. Okay, so basically what you see I've done is I was able to get alcohol all the way down my trailer lines without going back and forth to the truck. Set the brakes, release the brakes, come out here, pour more alcohol, hook it up, go back, release the brakes, give it a minute, set the brakes, come back out. You see what I'm getting at? You can stay right here. You can put several bottles through your airlines without ever having to go back and forth into the truck to release and set your brakes. So if anybody wants to do this, I can give you instructions, help you. Jeremy knows, he and I put this together. And, you know, let me know. It definitely makes a difference, especially when it's freezing cold outside, especially if you go to pick up a drop trailer and the lines are froze up. It's not necessarily going to help you if your brake shoes are froze to your brake drums, okay? That's not going to help you. You might have to still get out there and bang those things loose. This is just to get alcohol down the lines, okay? Hold on and I'll show you another little tool. Okay, we were talking about brake drums, brake shoes freezing to the brake drums. So here's what I use, okay? It's basically a handheld torch that's made to sear meat if you're out barbecuing, okay? But I use it for different things. So hold on, I'm gonna take it out. Well, maybe I can do it one-handedly. And it's not that expensive. I think it was about 35 bucks on Amazon, okay? And this is what it looks like. It's a little handheld torch, okay? You take these green bottles that you can get at Walmart, okay? And it's gonna screw into the bottom of the torch, just like this, okay? Now obviously I can't do this one-handed, so hold on. Okay, so now you see how it goes together, okay? Now you Turn it on a little. You don't have to turn it on much, just a little bit. And then you pull the trigger, and there's your torch. Now, you can get this thing fluttering real easily, or you can get it like a torch. You can't even see the flame. Okay? If you have one of these, you can go back and heat up your brake drums. Okay? And get your brake pads to release, if that's the issue. Sometimes it's something else. Anyway, so this is the gadget. It works great. I've had it for a couple of years now, and last winter, the other thing that it does really well is when you get a cut in your cover on your boat and you need to tape it up, you can use this to heat the cover up, dry it off with a towel, heat it up a little bit, put your tape on there, and then hit your tape with this so it shrinks the tape down. That tape is designed to be activated with heat. Okay, it sticks really well normally, but if you have, they always use that big gun inside to shrink everything down. This will do the same thing. And last year I had to do 4 different boats that the cover was tearing, but I was able to get it taped up using this, because when it's really cold and wet outside, that tape won't stick. You end up having to stop and cut the whole cover off. So you might want to look into getting one of these if you want. Like I said, they're only about 35 bucks on Amazon. You can get these bottles at Walmart. I think get a couple of bottles for less than 10 bucks. I've been using this same bottle all through last year and this year in the wintertime, and I still haven't used it up. So I have a spare. Anyway, you know, if you want to do this, then you know how and you know where to get it. And if you have any questions about the airline antifreeze, which is alcohol, and that gadget that I built, or this, you know how to get a hold of me. Give me a call, and that's all I got to say about this.